What's up guys, it's Eric here. Today we're reviewing a pretty special game. This is actually an in-house on the North American server. So if you look at all the 8 people in this lobby, these are 8 players who are going to be playing at regionals in a few weeks. So they put together a custom lobby so that they can practice with really good competition, not just random solo queue players, but the best of the best playing in this lobby. Theoretically tryharding, I think. Someone hit, I think 2 Kaises there, was it? Someone said sell both for better practice. Theoretically, they're tryharding very hard. I think there's mixed sort of methods when it comes to in-houses. Some people like to try hard, just play as if they're basically playing in tournaments. Some people like to do the absolute opposite and just say, well, it's an in-house, so I can just sort of do whatever. So hopefully everyone is trying super hard. We saw a grand challenge there. I don't think that's the strongest augment right now, though. It does have an okay start for it. Wouldn't really want PT, but maybe like a QSS Warmugs or something. But I would generally reroll that. From this position, I think most reasonable. It's 1-2-1. I think most reasonable. Maybe some kind of Warwick game. We saw a Turbo Turtle or Joe Bookmark. I apologize. Playing a lot of Blitzcrank augments into playing a Warwick game, which seems fine. Maybe with BT. It could just be a regular AD game. Divine Ascent Kale, but he has no... Wait, he has 1 Kale, right? Is that a Kale right there? Okay, well, he rerolls it anyway. He did have 1 Kale, but it's not the best items for Divine Ascent, but he only has 1 other duelist. It's not the best. It's Chronic Hallucination, Spirit of the Exile. I mean, Spirit of the Exile, he already has a Lasercorps opener. I think this is quite fine. I like this. Went a lot. Also, just hitting a 2 cost in 1-2-1 that's actually playable is really, really nice. So yeah, I like this. Any hits Thernectin. Obviously, you just level up here to add Brawler. It is very helpful. Curious. Okay, he's just gonna slam Giant Spell Tier. He doesn't really have anyone to slam BT on. It's a decent Warwick item later. I think you'd prefer to greed for some other stuff, but if it swings a fight, I'm not sure. I had someone here with a Rel augment. I didn't see whether that was Hold the Line or the channeled Pheromancy. Let's go back and check real quick. Okay, channeled Pheromancy, which, I mean, they play into the same angles, right? If you're taking a Rel augment, you want to be playing around Kaisa ideally, but it's at least a little bit more flexible with, I mean, you play this kill over Blitz, right? I would think so. Guess we'll see. I mean, no, there's no way he's thinking about double leveling. He's just going to play the Riven here over the Blitz. Okay. I mean, you definitely do play Riven over Blitz. I mean, I feel like Kel2 is a decent in. I guess he's afraid about not having enough frontline if he plays Kale. I mean, the idea is that, Yasuo is frontline. He's a frontline unit, but... Oh, wow. He's not even going to build Kale2. That's shocking to me. You can check admin here, for sure. It's actually pretty important. Ooh... I mean, it's pretty early to get this. The problem is, it's kind of awkward to keep LeBlanc in for a while, but I mean, scaling these units up is really nice. The other problem is that you slammed a Giant Spell on Renekton, so you're going to have to sell that. I mean, this seems fine, right? Every 5 seconds, Diamonds gain AD. Here's what he takes. Probably end up going for this. Okay, he does take the scaling HP. And it looks like... Oh, he's going to double level to 5. Okay. I mean, I think this is pretty poor. Because he didn't scout the lobby before doing this because he was sort of rushed on the admin take. If you level here and lose, your game is kind of bad. But he doesn't lose, so it works out. We absolutely take those. But yeah, because he took a while on the admin, that was actually really, really scary. Ooh, I mean, you don't need spat in this comp, right? There's no Lasercorps spat anymore. I kind of wanted that glove for my QSS. I mean, just Sunfire is fine there. Can't get that anymore. I mean, I would just take the not spat. Yeah, I do not want a spat in this. I mean, so you go for admin spat. That sort of means you have to play towards an admin. Wow, he's just gonna slam the Declaw Warmogs. Really, really aggressive slam onto Renekton too. So I'm curious then. I mean, I guess you could leave these items on Renekton the whole game. Because in this Lasercorps comp, you can move items to Riven maybe, but if you have this Renekton who's scaling up really hard with all this extra HP. Maybe you just want to keep these items Renekton the entire game. It's a little bit sad that you're going to be playing around a Renekton too. super late game. Pretty clutch shop, but now he has to. It's a little bit sad when you hit upgrades like this that actually like push you out of making 20. But I mean, I think no one on a 4 streak should be sad about hitting an Ashe too. Oh, I love that positioning swap at the last second. By the way, there were I didn't see what board it was because he flashed by so quickly, but there were carries on the left side, so he just swaps Renekton to be in front so that Renekton doesn't get stuck off going on a trip to Narnia. And it's going to be a 5 streak for Ramblinnn. Very good. Oh, I also don't know if I mentioned, we're watching Ramblinn's POV, who is a very strong player, been in the TFT competitive scene for a long time. Yeah, I mean, just really solid player. Almost, I don't know, I respect a lot that he's someone who studies a lot. He's not someone who like grinds out infinite games, but he is more of like a studier, which not to say that I'm as good a player as Ramblinnn, but I feel like that's also my style where I'm more of like a studier. I mean, I'm doing it literally right now when I could be playing a game. So yeah, I think it's really cool to see someone like that do pretty well in the competitive scene. So yeah. I mean, nothing to do really right now. Curious to see what his next level is going to be. Duelist is pretty easy to slot in. Sure Shot as well. Could hold onto the Sivir. He's actually holding onto this Kai'Sa maybe just to deny the Kai'Sa players, which is pretty hilarious. But yeah, I mean, he's stomping every fight with Renekton with these items. Renekton a very solid item carry. I would hold Sivir over the Kai'Sa here, but he's actually just denying the Kai'Sa from the Kai'Sa players. That's funny. Deepay there had stacks on stacks, right? Ooh. Brawler Crown give. Protector's Vow and a Ribbon. Brawler Crown's really solid. Verdant Veil's really solid. Stand United is really bad in this comp. Trust me, I took Stand United 3 and it did not feel great. Brawler Crown spikes you with 4 Brawler right here. I mean, that feels really good to me. Verdant Veil also is really solid. This could actually be a spot where we stat check it real quick. And I'll pull it up for you guys as well so you guys aren't bored. So if you want to know how to do this, Tactic Stat Tools, click on the comp, go to Augments. We're going to go to Prismatic at 3.2, and then look at everything. Verdant Veil averages a 3.36, and Brawler +1 averages a 4.18. All right, we're taking Verdant Veil. Geez, that is a blinding average. All right, I think you have to take it then. I didn't know it was so. I mean, I know it was very good in this comp. I assumed it was at least close to Brawler Crown, but like, it's really not close at all. Wow, the roll here, by the way. I mean, did have Yasuo hair? It's in Morgana. Just every board has a Morgana on it. That is Teamfight tactics in this current year, and I gotta say, I love it. I've talked about this on stream a little bit, but like, can they just keep threats in the game forever? Like, I just love the fact that I don't have to build Shred every single game because Shred feels mandatory when you play Teamfight Tactics. He rolled really deep and then ended up losing to Spetham, who actually rolled a 20 as well. So it definitely makes sense. But it's sad there to lose after rolling. But that's life. This is also, oh my god, that's a Tactician's Crown from they had the spat, and then I don't know where they got the second spat. Do they have an augment that gave them spat? I didn't see. Also, my god, Ripple Overdrive with the Winds of the Wanderer into Golden Ticket to basically ensure that he hits Yasuo 3 unless it's like 10-way contested. That's really horrifying. Pathetic Shiv slammed as well into this TF that he hit early. Wow. The only upside for the rest of the lobby is that they have like no Yasuo items. Look at their bench. Ripple has a Giant Spell and 2 Chains sitting on bench, and they're 67 HP. If you can't find Yasuo items soon, it'll be a little scary. Probably wants like Titans maybe. Where's Ripple? I can't see. Well, it doesn't matter. We're focused on Ramblinnn this game for sure. I think the chain here. Really? He's gonna slam Sunfire on Yasuo. It's another tank item. This comp does very well with tank items, right? They make the fights last longer so that you get more Lasercorps drones. Theoretically, if you had a unit that never died, you wouldn't need any damage on your board because the Lasercorps drones would just kill everyone eventually. But, usually having damage is helpful. But I'm so surprised that he puts it on Yasuo, because now, if you want to move that later, you're going to have to sell Yasuo. Maybe he's not thinking of moving that either, and he's just going to leave that on Yasuo the whole game. I mean, if you think about the units that Sunfire is very ooh, that was a Pantheon 3. The units that Sunfire is very strong on, Yasuo fits the bill. Ideally, you want a unit that is going to move around a bit, so that they can hit as many units as possible. Ideally, you'd like someone This unit doesn't exist in TFT right now, but like, imagine there's a unit that had like Malphite ult from League that just like ults into the biggest clump. Like, that unit would be such a nice holder of Sunfire, unless you were building like AP Malphite and one-shotting people. But like, having that ability to ult into the team means that, he's always going to be in like a big clump and getting Sunfire value. That's why, units like Pike are pretty good at holding Sunfire because they are always, jumping 2 units, basically. In any case, 53 gold here, pretty rich. Rod plus tier, interesting. I heard it is Sunfire built, so it's kind of awkward to add in Aesol even. All right, hits Warwick here. I mean, that's the biggest thing that you're looking for, and also hits the Vi. That's boom, immediately his board. Doesn't need the LeBlanc anymore, and I mean, he's rocking and rolling. The only issue is these items. Yeah, I think Hodge is probably the most reasonable way to make use of the tier. All right, and we are right back in with the Hodge Slam. If I'm a smart person, I edited that out. Don't think about what that says about me if I didn't. Augments wise here, scoped, Brawler Crest, Stand United. I mean, we have the augments page open already, so we might as well consult the Oracle. Scope Weapons is the highest win rate augment in the game at 4-2 in this comp. I gotta think that's what we want here. Once again, this is not a comp that I play that comment. He rolls it. He straight rolls it. I mean, you could think about potentially the idea that like Scoped and Verdant Veil is a little bit negative synergy, but I mean, let's be real here. I'm shocked about that. I mean, if we want to consult these again, I'd love for him to flash the choices back up again. First Aid, Knife's Edge, CB. Already have Healing built. Like, you can't only, of course, consult augment win rates. You shouldn't just say, like, this is the highest win rate, I'm taking it. But, like, when Scope Weapons is at 3.6, I think you should definitely lean toward it. But yeah, the rest of these seem pretty mediocre. If you look at stats, 4.15 for Knife's Edge. So Blessings of 4.29. What's the other one? I don't even remember it. First Aid is 4.22 actually. Better than I would think. Because like, well, why are you picking First Aid in this comp? Knife's Edge a little bit awkward with the Exiles one, but the AD does scale very well with the Verdant Veil, and you already have Healing built onto your Warwick. I would probably take Knife's Edge here. You take CB though. Okay. I mean, both are fine for sure. But yeah, more healing, I guess, is what he is looking for here. He didn't actually roll that deep at 4-1, or it's more so that he hit really early and then didn't have to roll that deep. Also, my God, this Nasus player DPay ended up hitting Scope Weapons last augment. This Nasus is insane. He's a Gunblade, which I feel like isn't ideal on Nasus, but not bad, especially when you have Scope Weapons. But yeah, okay. I was just thinking he was maximizing Knife's Edge value, but he didn't take Knife's Edge, remember? Like CB. So just a good board right now, and still has position for Exiles. This is... Wait, what? Oh, this is the Yasuo player. I was like, what is their carry for a second? And man, he just crunched that Yasuo player. They still haven't actually hit much. They took Golden Ticket, but I mean, they haven't hit anything, actually. I'm shocked. They rolled it to 0 maybe a little bit early. I don't know what happened there. Who is this sword? Probably Edge of Night, I would have to imagine, from this spot. Seems best. Extra healing doesn't feel great, though. Actually, might have to take it now. What was the other? I'm sorry. Oh, the other one's Rod. He takes a Rod here. I mean, these are pretty poor opportunities. Pretty poor options here, I would say. Warwick pair, add. What are you looking to add to this board? Aesol's pretty not amazing here. Morgana 2 feels good. Okay. I mean, the upside about Aesol is that he allows you to use your AP items, but I mean, like, you already have the Sunfire for healing reduction, so Aesol is just going to be damage, not going to have the added utility of being healing reduction, so the upside is that he holds your death cap well. I guess you want this to be Twisted Fate, right? That's the best addition to the board, is just TF instead of Aesol, but you'll take an Aesol. And the death cap is carried well by TF as well. You do have Aesol pair, though, so like if you hit it, we are playing Flex Teamfight Tactics. We are good TFT players, so if we hit an Aesol too, I'm not just going to say, Oh, I was supposed to play TF. I looked up on tactics.tools and it said play TF, so I'm going to play TF. Hidden Ace 2, we will definitely play it over TF. Ooh, this looks like kind of a rough fight because the Lulu's immediately going to turn into the Warwick. Yeah, pretty rough positioning, having your carry die immediately. It's going to be rough a lot because obviously you're playing a frontline carry, you're going to run into the Lulu, and she's going to end up killing you. My god, look at that Morgana with all the drones, though. Pretty sick. Interesting that he ended up playing this comp this game from a no Lasercorps +1 angle. I think like Lasercorps +1 makes this comp very strong, but I mean, looking at Ramblinn's game, looks like it's completely playable without the +1, which is good to hear. Ooh, I mean, Titans is very good. Oh, hitting the Mordekaiser is huge. You can also hold that death cap really well, but yeah, like the problem with building Titans here is that you're stuck with like a hanging item component on Warwick. This way you end up building Edge of Night, which is another very strong item on Warwick, and you aren't stuck with just like a bow sitting on him, which would cap you out from like hitting 3 items on Warwick later. So I like this a lot. And also just Edge of Night, very good. Curious actually to look at the stats and see. I think the stats say Titans is better, but I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a sec. And I mean, augment wise, Edge of Night, Titans, both strong here, right? No reason why you'd prefer one over the other augment wise. Maybe there's I mean, you could make the argument that versus like the Nasus and the Lulu, Edge of Night actually performs better because like they're more sort of like one shots. Whereas like Titans would be really good if you were fighting a comp that like slowly killed your unit gradually, I guess. I mean, either way though, this Edge of Night. Oh my god, like this fight. Oh, I mean, oh my god, he actually does win it. Actually, an Edge of Night diff for sure. You don't have Edge of Night, I feel like you absolutely lose that fight. So, well played by Ramblinnn. Good itemization, and he is looking to just slide into the top 4 spot here. We'll see how high of a placement he can actually play for, just because there are some boards that are kind of capped. This Lulu board does have Lulu 3, Pant 3. Doesn't have all the other supers. It's pretty fortunate for Ramblinnn that there are a few reroll players that contested each other's supers, and basically, I mean, that's why Ripple Overdrive went bot 4, because he couldn't hit any of his supers 3-star. So, yeah. Third Warwick item here. I think Titans is probably best you can get, if not that. Ooh. He's going for the Shroud. Doesn't even care about third Warwick item. Wow. That's crazy to me. That he actually doesn't prioritize third Warwick item here. I don't really agree with that at all, but it's interesting to think about. Maybe he just evaluates Shroud as that strong of an item late game, especially into a lot of these boards, which, I mean, it makes sense. You know, it does a lot of work here for sure, but that's, I don't know, that's absolutely wild to me. But okay, we'll take those, I guess. Takes a loss here, down to 25. A little low. He's 25, Spethin's 22, DPA's 21. This could actually be a 5th, but I mean, he's able to go 9 this game. Just has to live one more round. Hit in a very like reasonable way, hitting the Mordekaiser, hitting the Warwick in a decent number of rolls, so he can actually go 9 this game. This isn't a game where he like low rolled and was capped on 8. Gonna fight DPay again. Last time the Edge of Night saved him. This time it gets procced pretty early. Yeah, before most of the board is dead, so he takes a loss here down to 11. Could this game actually be a bot 4 from this position? It looked very, very solid, but 3 losses stage 5, and now he is in a really scary spot. Always get the Urgot in during the creep round because you can farm a chest here, potentially get item component, finish your item that's on Ash, but does not. Immediately takes GS there. He didn't even think about that. It's too hard for me to go back on this stupid player, so oh my god, okay. Well, we'll take an Urgot too for sure. Wow, that was quick, but I mean, that's just the power of rolling level 9. 16% odds to hit a 5 cost. Sometimes you hit an Urgot too really quickly. Swaps the Shroud to the other side, misses the Kaisa. Warwick in a decent spot on the edge here, but he does have the Edge of Night to guarantee that he's not going to get one shot, and boom, actually stomps this fight. It was against a clone. Replay and Dpay, just hoping that one of them's got us. Dpay takes a big loss down to 6. All right, and we're fighting Malala in the last fight. This is a TF board. They don't have Nico too, which is a little bit fortunate. Their board doesn't actually look that insane. I think maybe they just played sort of like tempo and spiked early. Obviously, it's a good board for sure. Quick swap and swap back, but doesn't manage to catch the TF. Feels a little bit bad. But we'll see. We'll see how the comp does into it. I mean, the Urgot too, especially on the correct side here. I love the Urgot on one side, Shroud on the other. So either way, you are kind of wrecking them. And look at that. Deepay is out in 5th. Sad to see Deepay actually bot 4 with a pretty cool comp, you know, playing the stacks on stacks NASs with scoped weapons. But maybe they just weren't able to hit everything. I'm not sure exactly because we didn't get to see their entire POV. But that's a top 4 on this Lasercorps comp. Let's see how far we can push it. Oof. This is a Star Guardian Misfortune and Kaisa 3. It's definitely pretty scary. This is the same player we fought before, right? Spetham, and we won this fight last time, which is kind of insane because that is a very, very capped board. But I guess it's just the power of Warwick, my god. And the power of Shroud, I guess. Second Shroud, speaking of which, will definitely do some work. Brawler +1, almost a consideration, but what are you going to do with it, right? You can't fit 6 unless you cut this Urgot, so you don't really want Brawler +1 here, so I like the Shroud a ton. And you've already fully itemized Warwick. If you had a Mordekaiser too, you could definitely think about prioing a Mordekaiser item there. All right, one more fight against Spetham. Oh, right, we fought Spetham, but it was versus the clone, right? So we kind of stomped them. For all the marbles, Shroud both sides with the Urgot basically sitting in the middle. Big Urgot ult. It looks a little bit scarier than the last one, but man, this Edge of Night Warwick is almost enough. Oh my god, that is such a close last fight. Just an extra second of Warwick on one of those units, and he would have won it and been top 2. But it does end up being a third to the Star Guardian Kaisa board, and then the Twisted Fate Oxforce Spellslinger board. So pretty cool game. Definitely hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And check out the links down below to my Twitch and everything else. Thanks for watching.